So this is my camera, but this is my new camera. And to be honest, I could do with getting some money back for this one to either help me pay off the new one or to buy something new to help me improve my services as a photographer. So let's sell this camera from start to finish. That's everything that I need to do, all the way up to the money being in my bank account in this video. So I'm gonna head over to mpb.com, and just to be clear, this is not sponsored by MPB, but any links I put in the description will be affiliate links. So I'm gonna head to mpb.com and I'm gonna hit sell, and I'm just gonna type in Sony A7R2, it's already there. So I'm gonna get a quote. Now I would say that this is in probably good condition. It's probably, for its age, to be honest, I'd say it's in excellent condition. So I'm gonna put that as excellent, and I'm gonna click add. So MPB said they're gonna give me £695 for this camera. Now I know that I actually bought this camera for £969 from MPB secondhand. So that's pretty good. I'm happy with that price. So what I need to do next is book my shipping. So then I'm gonna put in all my details, like my mobile number and my address and all those sorts of things, because a courier is gonna come and pick up the camera from my house. I don't need to organize that, they're gonna do that. In this case, DPD, which are a UK-based courier, are gonna come and pick up the package with my camera in it free of charge. So all I need to do is set a collection date, and I'm gonna actually say Monday the 21st. I confirm, I've read all the conditions, so I'm gonna confirm shipping options. Okay, so that's it for now. Now MPB are gonna email me a little piece of paper, and in fact, they just emailed me. So now I just need to print off the bit from the email and put it in the box, but I'm actually gonna give it a little bit of a clean and make sure that everything's okay, just because, you know, that's a sensible thing to do. So while I was cleaning the camera up a little bit, I noticed a few scuffs and scrapes, and I also couldn't find the first-party charger. As a result of all of that, I'm actually gonna leave a note saying I'm gonna downgrade the condition to good instead of excellent, because even though I think it's still in pretty good condition, I think with those few little scrapes, it's probably more that it's in good condition than excellent. So before I send it, I'm actually gonna check there's no SD card. I've actually received cameras and drones and stuff in the past that still have the SD card and the person's photos on them, so, you know, be careful not to do that. I'm just gonna wrap it all up, and that's just gonna go in this box. I'll give the charger a bit of a wipe. I'm sure they clean it all up when it arrives to them before it goes out to someone else. Okay, so now that I've done that, I've got this one piece of paper to put in, which is the thing that I printed out before, and this is what I'm just gonna leave that note on, saying happy for this to be considered good instead of excellent, which means that they'll probably pay me a little bit less than it was quoted before, but I think that's probably fair. Okay, so that seems nice and secure. Now we just have to leave this out for the courier who will come and get it. Then MPB will check it. Then we'll see whether they thought that this was good or excellent, and then they'll put the money in my bank account and we can decide what we're gonna do with that money. So the courier came and picked up the package yesterday, and I just got an email from MPB, it's around lunchtime the next day, saying that the package has arrived and they're checking it through. This usually takes about a day or two. Now we just have to wait and see whether the camera is going to be accepted as good or excellent, and we'll take it from there. Okay, plot twist, and this is going to be an example of do as I say, not as I do. So MPB have actually classified my camera as well used, which is one step lower than I downgraded it myself. I originally said it was excellent, which it clearly isn't, and then I downgraded it to good, and they've said, no, Johnny, this is actually well used. Now, something I know about myself, I tend to really use my gear. I take it to places, I put it in risky environments, and it gets scratched and it gets scraped. And that's something I know about myself. I don't mind that, which is why I buy secondhand as well. But obviously I can understand why a camera shop needs their equipment to be as in good condition as possible. So the new amount that they've gotten back to me is actually £435, which is about £200 less than the originally quoted. This is because of those scuffs and scrapes. Now this is important. I'm quite happy to take that £200 or so hit on it, because I know that the fact that it's got scrapes and the fact that it's been well used, it's because I took it into risky environments, and because of that I managed to get some of my favorite shots. I managed to get loads of work done, things that I wouldn't have done if I was being super careful with my gear. So the next step in the process was for me to accept the payment. They'll send you an email and you just have to type in your bank stuff and they will send you the money. The money is now in my bank account and I have to decide what I'm gonna do with it. Now I have had my eye on the Sony 20mm 1.8, so I could put this money towards that. I've also had my eye on that new Tamron 35-150. That looks like a very useful lens to me, but I'm gonna be sensible and I'm just gonna pay off some of the money that I spent on this Sony a7 IV. So why do I sell my camera this way? I clearly could have got a little bit more if I'd sold it on eBay or Facebook Marketplace or something like that. The truth is I'm really busy and I don't have time to be dealing with time wasters, to be messaging backwards and forwards, maybe someone coming to my house to meet me to take the camera, or maybe they're gonna complain about the camera because I said it's excellent and it clearly wasn't. You know, all of that kind of goes away. A courier comes to my house, picks it up, takes it to MPB, and they give me a pretty honest price. So that's why I do it this way. I much prefer doing it like this. Now, from my experience, how can you get the most out of your gear if you decide to sell it to a company like MPB? Now, if you can send it in the box that it originally came in, that's great. I don't really like keeping boxes, but if you are someone who has bought something and you are planning on selling it on, it's probably worth keeping the box. And for me, you know, a big reduction in my price was that I didn't have the original charger. So what would have been sensible for me, if I knew I wasn't going to use that original charger, is just to put that in the box and keep it somewhere safe, because the frustrating thing is, it's here somewhere. I just didn't have time to find it. And obviously another thing that I could have done to make sure that this camera is still worth as much as it was when I bought it is to just keep it in pristine condition. As I've already explained, for me, that's not really an option. I like to really get my camera stuff dirty because that means I'm working with it, I'm outside, I'm a landscape photographer, and things get scratched. That's the simple truth of my life. So that might be something to keep in mind if you feel like you're going to sell your camera at some point. So if you want to check out MPB, whether you're buying or you're selling, I've left some links in the description, and I'm actually going to be able to post videos much more regularly now. I've been quiet for a little while and I've got a bunch of stuff out of the way. So if you enjoy this video, hit the like button. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.